Okay, it's 6:01. This is Tuesday, December 13th, 6 p.m. This is a Franklin Board of Public Works meeting. A quick roll call. Myself, Chairman Webster, Alderman Nelson.
Here.
Commissioner Woznicki.
Here.
Commissioner Porter.
Here.
Commissioner Specht.
Here.
Commissioner Witt.
Here.
City Engineer Morrow.
Here.
Assistant City Engineer Beinlich.
Here.
And Highway Superintendent Schleider.
Here.
And Commissioner Skoronsky is not present tonight. We'll do a quick Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start with the reading and approval of the minutes from the November 8th. Get back to where you're supposed to be. Okay, the November 8th meeting. I didn't see anything on there that I didn't like. Anybody from the board want to make a motion on that?
I might as well make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, Commissioner Porter has a motion to approve as presented, seconded by Commissioner Woznicki. Thank you. I was making sure, I didn't know if it was the alderman or you. I took a guess. Any comments from anybody? Okay, then all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any negatives? Not hearing any negatives, that motion will pass. We will move on to the public comment period. Not hearing anything from the public, we'll declare that public comment period closed at 6:03. We'll move on to new business, item A, 4A, requesting approval, a detour. This is for the project of state,
I'll explain.
Of what?
I'll explain.
Please.
So this is more than just a resurfacing project. This is on State Trunk Highway 100, Lovers Lane, that goes from College Avenue down to Rawson. State is, if you didn't know, they're looking to basically continue what happened in Hales Corners down through Franklin down to Rawson. The dates are somewhat fluctuating. Last we heard, I believe it was August is when they intend to bid, August of 23. So potentially the contractor could get started in late 2023. The situation is that they're going to work on, was it the southbound first, Tyler? Yeah, I believe it's the southbound lane, get it all up to par. They're going to basically reconstruct it again, dig out, make a lot of changes. And then they will then work on, once they get that cleaned up, then they'll work on the northbound. So it's going to be at least a 2-year process that they do this. They're asking for us to sign confirmation of a detour. They're not using any city streets. If you look at the map, it's somewhat hard to read. And I think what they're trying to do, and Tom and I had a discussion today, I believe it's, if you are on Rawson Avenue, say you're driving eastbound on Rawson Avenue, and you come up to Lovers Lane, you know how currently you have to like turn north to get on that ramp to get you going south again. The detour will be, you'll have to continue on Rawson over to Loomis and then down Loomis, and that where it connects to St. Martin's, State Trunk Highway 100. So that's the detour they're proposing. Seems pretty cut and dry, but I do have a policy that if I can, I try to bring these to the board. Sometimes you have good comments, and I try to bring these to the board. Sometimes you have good comments that I can forward on, and if you have any comments or suggestions, alternates, I'll be happy to hear them. But otherwise, probably a motion to accept this detour, and I'll sign it and send it on.
Okay. I do have one question or comment, and that is, the detour that's being proposed is on State Highway 36 and County Highway Double B. Okay, so, and it's coming before the city board. I find that to be amusing. I don't know why we would have that authority. Maybe someone can explain it to me?
So we've done this for everyone.
I I
Yeah,
just
so-
trying to understand.
So at least obviously we don't like them to use city streets and beat up our city streets even when
Sure.
we have to. But we could have some comments that, because it does affect our community, the aldermen of the district will get comments, calls, and complaints and so forth. So I think it's good to at least have a board look at it. They ask us to sign off as a city that we're okay with the detour. We understand what's going to happen, and this is kind of a procedure set in place so that at least the board looks at it and comments that this is indeed appropriate.
Okay, Alderman Nelson. Mr. Porter.
I'm just curious, aren't we doing
If you want to hit your button.
that one?
Yes, sir.
Is this going to happen around the same time that they do the reconstruction of Double O? Wasn't Double O scheduled to take place next year?
There's a comment in our packet on
Yeah.
this.
Make sure Double O is Forest Home, correct?
Forest Home Avenue, right.
So, Forest Home will be constructed in 2023. I fully expect, of course, my expectations are not always met, but I think it'll be just for one construction. Cycle. So that would happen in 2023 for the full year of 2023, and this would start towards the end of 2023. So there would be some overlap.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Alderman.
Hit your button. Nope.
So just so I have this right, could you go back again? So if you were traveling on Rawson,
Rawson.
approaching the Highway 100 overpass,
And you want to turn south on Lover's Lane, that would be cut off.
okay. So is there still going to be an access to South Highway 100? Is any of the access to Highway 100 affected by this?
Yeah, so you will not be able to get on southbound Lover's Lane. You can go northbound, because that's on the other side.
Correct.
You can go northbound. But no, you cannot go southbound on Lover's Lane.
Okay, because that's okay. Let's say you're traveling southbound Highway 100 and you want to get off on Rawson Avenue. Are you still able to do that? Because I think that's a big. I'm talking like, I'm just wondering the majority. If you're on Rawson Avenue, like in my neck of the woods, most of the people are hopping on northbound Highway 100. They're really not hopping southbound that much, as far as if I was to look.
The ramp from southbound Highway 100 to Rawson is open. Will be open, it says. Will be open, it says.
Okay, that's the big one.
Where does it say that?
On their detour map, just in that little blow up in the
Oh.
left corner. So ramp to Rawson Avenue from US 45 open. A ramp from Rawson to US 45 will be closed.
Oh, I see it. Sure.
Yeah, so on the last page of this is where it talks about the two projects starting within the time frame of this detour request is County Double O reconstruction of Forest Home and Speedway, and then Forest Home from Highview to Speedway Drive. So that was included in our packet. I guess we're looking for, now can we approve this ourselves, or does that have to go to council?
No, this is not a council issue. I just bring it so I have a board backing my
Okay,
signature.
so then we would be looking for a motion to approve the detour as presented, unless we have any other comments or changes that wish to be incorporated. Commissioner Witt?
Hit your
Is
button,
this-
sir.
Is Highway 1,
Hit the button. There you go.
is this Highway 100 project still a goal for the state? Because are they still going to, because I had heard they were going to pull Highway 100 for the letting for this next year.
So we did hear that it got pushed back. So
Pardon?
it got pushed back. They were going to bids in May, and then last we heard, they pushed it back to August.
Okay, that's fine. Other than that, I'd like to make the motion to approve the detour.
Okay, Commissioner Witt, is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Commissioner Porter. Porter. Is there any other comments from the board members? Not hearing any, I will vote on that motion. All of those who approve, aye.
Aye.
Any negatives? Not hearing any negatives, that will pass. And then we'll move on to item 5B, which is authorization for DBW to purchase one Towmaster T16 tilt bed trailer. Kevin, I think this one is yours?
Yep, thank you for coming in tonight for this mainly. One of our trailers had a major structural issue, basically it cracked in half. It literally split in half. And it was, nowhere did we think it was going to be. It's one of our newer trailers, actually, it's only 8 years old. But we later found out that the company has discontinued a trailer, more than likely because of this issue, so.
Wow.
But there's nothing we can do to go back on them, so. So we're asking to replace it. We were able to find one through Miller Bradford, who we have bought other equipment from. The funds, because it wasn't budgeted, we are gonna be able to take the funds, it'll go to council for approval. But we'll be taking them out of our operating budget, and it'll be coming out of our line painting account, because we really didn't do that much line painting this year, so we have extra funds in there to use for this. So I'm looking for the board's approval to take it to council and ask for the transfer of the funds from operating to capital to make the purchase. And this trailer that we're looking at is in stock.
And this will be purchased from Miller Bradford and Risberg Incorporated for a cost of $25,200. I assume that that's just what's available at this point in time?
Yeah.
So
If we don't take this, we would have to order one, and they said it would be 18 months. We don't take this, we would have to order one, and they said it would be 18 months.
okay.
boy.
Yeah.
This is a trailer that we use almost on a daily basis.
Commissioner Porter?
Just out of curiosity, is this replacement trailer similar to the one that's being replaced, or is it big?
16,000 pounds, where the old one is rated at 14,000.
Okay, all right, thank
So
you.
it's just a smidge more.
Okay. So I guess we're looking for a motion to recommend to council to purchase one Towmaster T16 tilt bed trailer from Miller Bradford and Risberg Incorporated for a cost not to exceed $25,200.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Commissioner Witt, seconded by Commissioner Specht. And this is through a Sourcewell contract. Just for reference, again, what a Sourcewell, that's that.
It's a company that goes out and does all the pre-bidding, and we are members of it, and that's who we use, so we can, the bidding
Yeah,
is all been done.
bid as a group, yeah. I get you. Okay. All of those in favor of that motion, aye? Aye. Any negatives? Not hearing any negatives, that motion will pass.
Thank you.
Then our January meeting would be January the 10th of 2023. And then we are at 6:16. Oh, yes, sure, go ahead.
And I should have looked at this a little more carefully with the minutes
Yes.
from November 8th with, under the roll call and pledge to the flag. Was that, I see Alderwoman Hanneman.
She was here.
Okay, so, but I'm saying, so that she was just here as a spectator, though, she's not a member of the board.
And I
Got it, you recognized her.
recognized her because she was here. And in fact, I did not recognize her because I had not ever met her previously. So she got kind of added later in the meeting.
Because if I attend other meetings, boards or commissions, they may say, hey, how you doing? But they don't put you on the minutes.
I think that comes from the fact that I do always make a reference to if somebody's here from another,
Okay.
another alderman is in. It's just the way I handle it.
That's fine, just make a note. Thank you.
Yep. Yes, no, she was not sitting in your chair. She was sitting here with a.
could if she wanted to. I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
I had a question.
Yes, sir.
Was there any update for Hilltop?
So the question was, is there any update for Hilltop? We didn't have the speed study completed, that's why it's not on this month's agenda. So it got tabled till next month.
Okay, so now we're back. Any other questions about any matters from the board? Okay, so it's 6:18 now, and looking for a motion then to adjourn.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Commissioner Woznicki, seconded by Commissioner Porter. All of those in favor? Aye. Any negatives?